We're getting real dangerous right now. So this is our trail. Remember, the vagina tree. The right trail is our trail. The vagina tree, dead end. Right trail is our trail. Bless you, child. Listen, if we get lost together, it's over for both of us. Did I ever tell you guys about the time I got lost in the woods? Like, I've been lost in the woods many, many times. But we ended up deep, and I mean like digging for gold in Alaska deep in the woods. All of a sudden, bruh, I left my partner. I left my partner. Listen, every man for himself, my guy. Every man for himself is either you. It's a like in every single movie I've ever seen. Somebody has to go back and get help. Somebody has to make it out of the forest, and it best believe it's gonna be me. Listen, okay, I once heard about a story, and basically two people went in the woods, and there was a bear or a lion or something. I don't remember. I wasn't listening to the person when they were telling me. They didn't talk too much. And they were basically telling me that, yeah, two people were in the woods. And then basically they were asking each other, like, so what if we see a bear or a lion? I don't know why a lion would be in the woods. So maybe it was a bear. What? You know, like, what if we see a bear in the woods? And this person kneeled down and started tying their laces. And I mean tighter than a heart surgeon's stitches, bro. Tight. And the other person's looking like, why are you doing this right now? Like, why are you tightening your laces? And the person said, listen, if I see a bear, all I have to do is outrun you. Yes, sir. What? I'm just gonna like wait and we both get eaten? Nah, son. Nah. Somebody's gonna be breakfast, lunch, and a munch, and it's not gonna be me. Anyway, so basically the whole idea behind my gnome house is what was the idea? So I wanted to create something like Narnia, right? So there's the gnome village deep inside the woods, and you're just walking and walking and walking. Did I ever tell you about the other time I got lost in the Nah, never mind. So you go deep, deep inside the woods, and all of a sudden you see a house, like Hansel and Gretel, right? But I wanted two BBL trees, and I couldn't get two BBL trees in base game. That was crazy. So I moved on, as one does, in every situation, and I settled for two liposuction trees, and life was great. I just sized them up, made them bigger, and that was that. I placed them in front of the door, but it still wasn't giving what I needed it to give, you know? I didn't get what I needed to get. So I just went with whatever was there. Anyway, these tables stressed me out. They remind me of my math classes that I had in high school. Jeez of mercy. So back in high school, this is what my teacher did, right? You see, if you were good at math, you were at the front. The number suckers were at the front. And if you were just like mediocre, listen, I stand on my 46%. I stand on my hard work. I worked for that 46%, okay? My teacher, she separated the class. And if you were good at math, she focused on you. And if you weren't, then you're a bum. You're dumb. Stay at the back, you know? So I used to look at this classmate of mine. His name was Alex. I'm sorry, Alex. His head shaped like a mango. So I just looked at his head all throughout the day. And then I just stared at the cracks in the wall. That's it. Period. If I'm not going to learn anything, then I may as well like regenerate brain cells, you know? So I was there sitting in class, learning nothing. Oh, all right, wait. Let me stop lying on myself. So integers, loved it. Racial, loved it. Algebra. Equations, the beginning. Fractions. In the beginning. I mean, why does math get harder? Anyway, so I wanted to build a football field. You know, I feel like my gnomes would be playing football because if I was a gnome, I would make a football. Now, I wanted to make the land even, but then I was like, hold on. They're gathering things because this is the whole point of the house as well. I want their house to look like they gather things from the environment. Gnomes are very, very resourceful creatures, and traditionally, they usually live in like tree stumps or near tree stumps, or they live underground, right? And they're guardians of natural treasures. So I hid a whole bunch of different tree trunks all around that you can actually place magical beans in like live mode. And like they love the forest, they love gardening, they love gardens, things associated with gardens. So I tried to incorporate that idea in my build, because they love even like flower pots and like repurposed items like birdhouses and things like that. So if I didn't want this video to be like 10 hours long, because it took me 2 hours to build this, I would just have to use whatever I have. So I used all the little broken furnitures that's around. I feel like they would make it themselves. So I hid a whole bunch of different easels all around, like they made it out of wood, from like sticks and whatever. The furniture, mostly wood. The entire house has only one wallpaper, and the reason, well, it's not a wallpaper, but you know what I mean. The planks with the nails inside, because I feel like they built the house themselves, you know? If they live underground or inside the tree stump, then you see what I mean? Like, I can't explain well. I'm sorry, you guys, but yeah, repurposing objects and things like that. I feel like they make their own things, they create, and all hail Yoda. Anyway, hey, Uncle Nomi, what's good, homie? Oh, you stealing from corporate again? That's crazy. Anyway, so this is where we have the front of the house. We have some tree stumps, some areas you can go up in the woods. You can sit in the park. You can relax, listen to the birds chirp. You know, lots of places, different, all different types of places around to hide. I placed some little bunnies. Actually, we have bunnies in debug, and we have, depending on the pack, I can't remember which one, but you could use the ornament bunny and place it all around. Like, I wanted it to look more realistic, you know, but it is what it is. I tried, you guys. Then we have these little wheelbarrows with plants, beddy thingies on them. I'm not a planter, you can tell, you guys. And a couple different treasures all around, because gnomes usually in stories, they're guardians of natural treasures. So water, wood thingies, and other thingies. Anyway, I placed lots of planter boxes, hoses around. This is the front of the build. Absolutely beautiful outside. I placed some ducks, some fishes in the water, and all over. We have, oh, isn't our little gnome rug so cute? More planter boxes, because again, they love nature. And the only reason I placed that calendar type of thingy was because of the tree. I placed myself as a gnome, right? And if I was a gnome, I would have collectibles. So these are all the fishes that I collect, right? My grade 3 teacher, she said it wasn't fishes. The plural is fish. So who the hell knows? Fish are fishes. Anyway, some little clots all around to spit shine our boots, because we have to keep our gnome boots clean. And then we have a little greenhouse inside. It's just a little mini something, something, you know, shovels and stuff to dig dirt. And then we exit and we go down the hallway because we want to see what's over here. I feel like if I was a gnome, I would just collect random things. So sometimes people leave things all over the place. Sometimes people throw away even good furniture. Oh, that's our cock that we had to eat because we were hungry and we didn't have any more. So that's Uncle Fester's farm. We hate him. So we took a picture of the farm because we like the farm, but we hate Uncle Fester. Anyway, so over here we have this room here. And if you notice, everything's like mismatched or broken, or the wooden clocks and things like that. It's because they made it themselves. So this gnome likes to make things himself. So that's what we focused on, like the raw toilet. I've never used the raw toilet, but I thought, you know, the wooden back and all of that. So basically they collect. Oh, look at Uncle. You go get corporate money. Anyway, so what am I talking about? Yeah, so I feel like as a gnome, they just collect random objects from all over the place. So say, for example, they go in the woods and they find like this plastic chair and they're like, you know, I could use that. So that's what they do. They just repurpose items. That's our great grand uncle's scarf. So we just hung it right there by the dining room. We have a whole bunch of different things out here. Planter pots, milk cartons, because we get cows. If you have like cottage living and things, I don't know. Do we have cows? No, we have horses. Never mind. Then we have our crates that we get like apples and things like that delivered to us. Oh, look at our other cousin. Everybody's running late for work today. Same. So over here, you know, I've never been late for work. I'm lying. So over here, we have our refrigerator. Absolutely, we have to use like the outdoor type thing. We have coffee mugs, fruit baskets, and things that we collect from our garden that we make inside. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody. We need our alcohol. Holy moly. Scared me there. Yeah, so we have a whole bunch of different wooden things, wooden chairs, wooden bench, wooden this, wooden that, wooden light fixtures. Isn't that barrel trash can the perfect object here? Then that's just my big gnome. My big gnome puffs, I call him. Puffs, I call them. And then over here's our pantry. We just have some little items. We go upstairs if we like, and just some books we can read. This gnome here, they all gnomes I feel like they love to read. I feel like they like investigating and learning new things. I mean, if I was a gnome, I would have books instead of a TV. So, yeah. And then more trees, more wooden light fixtures. Like only two perfect light fixtures were in base game. Oh, this entire build is base game. Then we have a whole bunch of lattice work fences that they did. And I just wanted it to look like the gnomes built it themselves. So even the floorboards and things like that, everything just looks repurposed. So you can hang wall plants. You could maybe have the woodworking skill or the gardening skill. I know we have gardening as a profession as well, so you could do that. I guess with businesses and hobbies, I don't know if you could have a woodworking job. I don't know. I don't have that perk. I don't have it on my game. So yeah. So yeah, a little section we can hang out. The bedrooms are just simple because it's everything that they make and things that they just repurpose from like you could use get like worm from the silk, what am I saying? Get material from the silkworm to make curtains and things like that. So that's what I was thinking. I wanted to sit and have something with him, but he left me. Get the hell out of here. The audacity. Yeah, take your damn plate with you too. Never liked you. And your damn sausages look horrible. Anyway, let's move on. So let's see what's over there in this room. So nothing much. I call it my sunflower room. I had a lot of different ideas here, but I didn't want to spend 10 hours building. I really don't. I just want to build, you guys. I just want to build. And that's my thought process. It's just repurposing objects and things. They just made everything and that's it. Period, point blank. All the rugs, all the carpets are made out of grass and twigs and straws. We're pretending here. So I found things that were as close as I possibly could. So I hope you guys like something from this build. This is it. Let's jump off of here for a minute. Whee! Yeah, so lots of barrels around that we can make wine from, or grapes and things like that. So let's go over to our football field. I added a couple fireflies all around as well. And for the football field, I use just sticks. Just it's a base game fence, but it looks horrible. But come on, if you were a gnome and you were building this by yourself, it would look horrible, like in real life. So I left it as is because I think it made sense. So I shrunk down some things from like debug. It looks like a snow thing, and I got some of the gnomes from base game, and I just placed them all around so it looks like they're actually playing. Why is there a plant in the middle of the field? Anyway, questions. So this is how it turned out, my football field. Because where I'm from, they play football. But where I am, football is a totally different thing. My favorite sport, though, is cricket. Cricket is where it's at. Hit a ball? Come on. Come on. Anything better than that? I was so good at it as a kid. Anyway, so I hope you guys like something from this build. Thank you so very much for watching again. I hope y'all have a great one. Bye!